I'm Tom.
And I'm Larry from Dr. Energy Saver. What are we going to talk about today, Tom?
We're going to talk about air handling units.
Air handling units. What's an air handling unit?
Well, just like the name says, it handles air. It's a unit that handles air. Air handling unit.
So, like, you mean a fan?
A fan in a box.
A fan in a box. So you have this in your house if you have air conditioning or a furnace, unless you have a boiler for hot water heating.
Sometimes they call these forced air systems.
Forced air systems.
So if you have ductwork, you have something like this someplace.
So you have a fan in a box called an air handler.
An air handler.
All right,
absolutely.
so what's so special about this air handler?
This air handler is called a variable speed air handler, which means it can change its speeds automatically for the homeowner.
All right, so we're not trying to sell any kind of particular air handling unit here. We're trying to explain to you how the latest state-of-the-art high-efficiency equipment works so you understand it and you know why you should have this.
Absolutely. These variable speed type units are really important to get the absolute most efficiency out of the heating and cooling system. It squeezes every drop of energy out because it can change the fan speed and perfectly match the amount of air to the needs inside your house.
All right, so what the fan does is the fan spins, it sucks air in through your return grills, through your duct system in your house. And this, we're not in a real house, we're at the Dr. Energy Saver National Training Center, so we don't have a complete duct system hooked up to this, but this would be in your basement or your crawl space,
attic,
or
crawl
utility
space,
closet.
Utility.
So what the fan does, it sucks air in through your return grills, and then it blows the air, once it's heated or cooled, out through your supply ducts, through all your rooms, and the air comes out the grills or registers in your rooms, right?
Absolutely.
All right,
the
so
air
why is it important to have a variable speed one that can run at different speeds?
Well, first, the motor for the blower, the fan in the box here, uses way less electricity. So that's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, so like if it's running at half speed, it's using half the electricity?
It's even using less than half the electricity. Believe me, we don't want to get into all the calculations of horsepower and stuff, but way less.
I think what you were going to say is the faster it spins, the greater the horsepower it needs to go faster and faster and faster.
Absolutely. So if it turns just on and it's at full speed, it uses the most energy it could possibly use right from the beginning. But if it starts slow, it uses the least amount of energy, and if it never reaches the maximum before it satisfies and turns off, guess what? We never use all the electricity.
You know, I'm kind of thinking like when you drive, I had a buddy in high school, he used to drive like this, and then hit the brakes, right? Instead of, if you just drive kind of, ease into it, right? And then roll up to the stop sign kind of thing. That's what you're talking about, right?
Well, take it a step further. Think of it like it can put your air handler on cruise control. So if you or me are driving, we might have different styles, gas pedal brake, we're wasting energy. But if we're on cruise control, the computer takes over and we get the most efficient gas mileage out of our car. The variable speed air handler is kind of like cruise control for your air handling unit.
Okay, so when your air conditioning comes on, or your heating comes on, the variable speed blower will ramp up slowly, right?
Absolutely.
So that if you're in a room and there's a grill next to you and the air is coming out, it doesn't just like from 0 to, right? It's just gradually ramping up, and that's more comfortable for people, right?
Absolutely. If you ever notice that time, if it's a hot summer day and your old fan turns on, there's that blast of hot, kind of humid, even stinks a little bit the air, or in the winter time, there's that blast of freezing cold air before it gets warm. That doesn't happen with a variable speed air handler. It all comes on very gradually. Think of it like a light switch. If you go in a room and you flip on the light switch and the room lights up, versus if you go in and you turn the dimmer switch on slowly, it lets the light build to the need or the mood of the room. This is like a mood machine for your heating and cooling.
And if you only need a little bit of heat or a little bit of cool air, say the difference between, outside air temperature, if you have the equipment that can sense the outside air temperature and the inside air temperature, and if there's just a little bit of difference, right? In the spring and fall, if you just need a little bit, the fan will never come on full blast at all. It'll just come on a little bit, right?
Yep, the fan will match the needs of the house, saving energy, improving the dehumidification or humidification, lowering the energy bill, improving the comfort, and also the air quality, because these things run at a lower speed, so they constantly can be filtering air without that big whoosh of the fan running in the old-fashioned style air handling unit. These motors have a special control module on them that is controlled by the computer that runs things. So if we turn this on and we just want to filter the air, this can actually run at half speed constantly, so we don't even feel the air, but the air is clean and it's fresh, and there's no stagnant zones. My upstairs and my downstairs are more evenly matched temperature-wise. These are great.
Wow, that's awesome. So this is what it looks like here. It's called a squirrel cage blower. It's like one of those things that your gerbil runs on, you know, it's like that, and it takes the air in here and blows it out the top. Right?
Absolutely. Simple as that.
So, but it's computer controlled, can run at infinite different speeds, right? It'll ramp up and come down, so forth. And so when your air conditioning system shuts off, it stops cooling, the coil stops getting cold, the fan will continue to run, right?
At the end of a cooling cycle or heating cycle, the fan can run for a time period and squeeze that last little bit of cooling or that last little bit of heating, squeeze it right out of there. The money we pay to heat and cool, we get that last little drop back to the house.
All right. Well, that was great. Hey, where's Heather? So
where's Heather?
We need our energy tip of the day.
There she is.
Hey, Larry. So even your oven can be an energy hog. So only preheat when necessary.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time on Larry and Tom's excellent home energy savings show.